Okay guys, here's a quick reminder about solving compound inequalities. Compound inequalities are inequalities that either involve the word or involve the word and. So greater than 2 and less than 3. So let's say we have an inequality with the word and in between them. All we're going to do is solve those two pieces separately. So on this guy, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And from there, I'm going to get 2x is greater than 2. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I'm going to get x is greater than 1. Then I'm going to go over and work with the other inequality. I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Get 4x is less than or equal to 12. Divide both sides by 4. And I get x is less than or equal to 3. The word in between these is still and. So now when I go to graph these, I follow my rules for graphing compound inequality. If I have a compound inequality with the word or in between, once again I'm going to solve the two parts and then graph according to my rules of graphing. So with this first one, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides of the inequality. I have negative 2x is greater than 4. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2, remembering when I divide by a negative to flip that inequality. So I'm going to get x is less than negative 2. If I solve the other one, I add 3 to both sides, giving me 4x is greater than 16. Divide both sides by 4, and I get x is greater than 4. This answer has the word or in between. So when I graph that, I need to follow the directions for graphing with an or. The last kind in the bunch that you guys might run into, which are probably the ones you're remembering the least, is a compound inequality. This guy is an and. When it's hooked together, all is one statement. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve it by trying to get x alone. If we look at our value of x, it is currently attached to both the 2 and the 4. So it's further away from the 4. So I need to get rid of the 4. So I'm going to subtract 4. I've got to do that in all 3 pieces of the inequality. When I do that, on the left I get 2. I have a greater than symbol there. Only thing left in the middle is now a 2x. I have a greater than symbol, and I have a 6 on the right. Still trying to get that x alone, I need to divide by 2, but I need to do it in all 3 sections of the inequality. I do that, and I get 1 is greater than x is greater than 3. Now I would follow my rules for graphing this type of inequality, where x is clearly between 1 and 3 on the number line.